Okay, so this is Ace. He is a micro mini Bernerdoodle. He's, I think, about 9 weeks old now, almost 10 maybe. He's been with us for a couple of days, and he's here for the basic puppy stuff, how to learn how to not resist or not protest being handled physically, how to not protest being confined or being restrained. I'm scratching him under the ear, and he finds that quite pleasant. Good boy. He's very sweet. And as you can see, he's very cute. But basically all we're doing today is just going through the things that we do to help these guys get used to being handled physically. He's had a lot of handling. He lives with a gentleman and his 2 daughters, and nice little nuclear family, and so he gets a lot of attention, and we need to make sure that we safeguard between him having too much attention and just the right amount. It's certainly not a problem to show a dog affection, but it becomes problematic when the dog starts to protest in order to get that affection. So basically what we do is we teach them how to allow restraint and how to tolerate basically being physically handled. Now this guy, what we're going to do today is we're going to cut his toenails, but basically what we're doing before that is just kind of rehearsing how to be physically handled without a lot of protest. So I'm holding the collar very specifically. I have several fingers running underneath it. I'm kind of grabbing a little bit of meat underneath his jawline just so that I can control his head. And I'm not doing anything horrible to him. All I'm doing is making him remain steady while I go through all of the motions. He's not allowed to try and escape, so every time he does attempt to escape, we continue persisting until he stops. This is right after dinner, so he wants to play, and we don't permit. There's a good lad. So he's concerned about the noise above him from the jet. And we're going to use that as an opportunity while he's distracted to finish the handling. And all I'm doing is just simply applying pressure to each toe. Got one last foot. And we do this while the dog is in a seated or standing position. Good boy. Every time he goes to the vet, they're going to give a little bit of a reach around to make sure that he's got both testes descending into the scrotum. He's at an age where they kind of get sucked up there. So I can feel one. I have felt 2 in the past, but you got to kind of go digging for the one. And there it is. Both of them are there. Good boy. And then I just reinforce that by petting him and telling him thank you. Good doggy. I'm going to make sit happen. So when we go to handle the face, I'm not arguing with him. I'm just going to go as slow as I need to. I'm going to check his little ears. Good boy. And because he's a coated dog, and he's going to have a lot of hair and be seen by a lot of groomers, I want to make sure that he's okay about having the little corners of his eyes handled, because this time of year, allergies. As you can see, he's a little protesty about that. And we just basically get in there and get it done. You can see him opening his mouth a little bit. We don't have to beat on him. We're just basically making him understand that he doesn't get his way through persistence. That's all we're doing. Good boy. Good lad. Lift those little teeth. He does, and he hates that. And you know, I mean, the thing is it's not so much because he's teething. That's not going to happen for several months yet. But they don't like it. Young dogs don't get, they're not used to it. And it's something that needs to be part of their existence every day of their lives. So again, I'm holding the collar in such a way that he cannot escape me. I'm simply fixing his head in my hands by grabbing a little bit of hide, and I'm lifting the lips away from the teeth. Every time he protests, we just simply start over. Because he's not allowed to. Good lad. He's not allowed to, and I'm not hurting him. He basically just doesn't like his face messed with. You know, and I understand it. His eyes are being covered, his lips are being manipulated. This is not natural, but this is something that he's going to encounter many times throughout his life. Every time he goes to a groomer, every time he goes to a vet, every time he gets handled by someone, a lot of times dogs are face and head shy, and this basically helps counter against that. Good lad. Good boy. A lot less protest that time until towards the end. And again, I'm just insisting. I'm not making this bigger than it needs to be. I'm not yelling at the dog. I'm just making things happen. I knows it, huh? See, Uncle Peter's happy fun guy. And I'm the mean old battle axe that makes you do stuff. All right, so again, I'm just making sit happen. I'm not crushing him like an accordion. I'm just simply waiting until he goes through his Walmart hissy fit. You want to turn around, you can look and see the giant woodpecker. See him?
Oh, wow.
See if you can get him on film. Check that out, huh?